Hello, welcome back to the reading of the poem of the Man God, written by Maria Valtorta, Volume 1, Chapter 23, Part 2, The Birth of the Baptist. Sarah comes in and invites her to go out. Mary goes out barefooted into the garden. "My mistress wants you," she says. "I am coming." And Mary walks along the house, goes upstairs. She looks like a white angel, wandering in the peaceful starry night. She goes into Elizabeth's room. "Oh, Mary, Mary, what a pain! I can't stand it any longer. Mary, how much pain one must suffer to be a mother." Mary caresses her lovingly and kisses her. "Mary, Mary, let me put my hands on your bosom." Mary takes the two wrinkled and swollen hands and lays them on her round abdomen, pressing them tightly with her smooth, slender little hands. And she speaks in a low voice, now that they are alone. "Jesus is here, and he hears and sees you. Have faith, Elizabeth. His holy heart is beating more strongly because he is acting for your good. I can feel it throbbing as though I were holding it in my hands, and I understand the words that my child says to me. He is now saying, 'Tell the woman not to be afraid. Only a little more pain.' And then, with the first rays of the sun, among the many roses awaiting in the morning's rays to open out onto their stems, on their stems, her house will have the most beautiful rose, and it will be John, my predecessor." Elizabeth now presses also her face against Mary's bosom and weeps gently. Mary stands for some time in that attitude because the pain seems to ease, giving a moment's relief, and she beckons everybody to be quiet. She remains standing, beautiful and white in the pale, faint light of the oil lamp, like an angel near a person who suffers. She is praying. I can see her moving her lips, but even if I do not see them move, I could understand that she is praying from the enraptured expression on her face. Some time goes by, and Elizabeth is in the throes once again. Mary kisses her again and goes out. She goes downstairs very quickly in the moonlight and goes to see if the old man is still sleeping. He is sleeping and moaning in his sleep. Mary makes a gesture of compassion and starts to pray once again. More time passes. The old man awakes from his sleep and lifts up his head, and he is confused because he does not recollect why he's there. Then he remembers, makes a gesture, and utters a guttural exclamation. He then writes, "Is he not born yet?" Mary shakes her head in denial. Zacharias writes, "How much pain! Oh, my poor woman, will she manage without dying?" Mary takes the hand of the old man and reassures him. "At dawn, in a short while, the baby will be born. Everything will be all right. Elizabeth is strong. How beautiful this day will be. It will soon be daybreak. How beautiful this day will be when the child sees the light. It will be the nicest day of your life. The Lord has kept aside great graces for you, and your child is the announcer of them." Zacharias shakes his head sadly and points to his dumb mouth. He would like to say many things, but cannot. Mary understands and replies, "The Lord will complete your joy. Believe in him completely. Hope in him indefinitely. Love him totally. The Most High will grant you more than you dare hope for. He wants this total faith from you to wash out your past mistrust. Say in your heart with me, 'I believe.' Say it with every beat of your heart. The treasures of God are opened for those who believe in him and in his powerful bounty." The light begins to filter in through the partly open door. Mary opens it. Dawn makes the dewy earth completely white. There is a strong smell of humid earth and green herbs, and the first chirping of the birds, calling one another from branch to branch, can be heard. The old man and Mary move towards the door. They are pale because of the sleepless night, and the light of the dawn makes them look even more pale. Mary puts on her sandals and goes to the foot of the staircase and listens. A woman looks out, nods, then goes back in. Nothing yet. Mary goes into the room and comes back with some warm milk, which she gives to the old man. She goes to the doves, comes back, and disappears into the same room. Perhaps it is the kitchen. She moves around, watching. She looks as though she had slept the most perfect sleep. She is so quick and serene. Zacharias is walking up and down the garden very nervously. Mary looks at him compassionately. She then goes again into the usual room, and kneeling near her loom, she prays intensely because the cries of Elizabeth are becoming sharper. She bows down to the ground, imploring the Eternal Father. Zacharias comes back in, and seeing her in this prostrate state, the poor old man cries. Mary gets up and takes him by the hand. She is so much younger than he is, but she looks as though she were the mother of the poor old desolate soul, and she pours her consolation on him. They are standing thus, one beside the other, in the sun that makes the morning air rosy. It is thus that the joyful news reaches them. He is born. He is born. It's a boy. Happy Father. A boy as beautiful as a rose, as beautiful as the sun, as strong and good as his mother. Joy for you, Father. Blessed by the Lord, who gave you a son, that you may offer him to the temple. Glory to God, who has granted posterity to this house. Blessed are you, and your Son who was born to you. May his offspring perpetuate your name for centuries, from generation to generation, and may his descendants always be in union with the eternal Lord. Mary blesses the Lord, weeping for joy. Then the two receive the little one, who has been brought to the Father, that he may bless him. Zacharias does not go to Elizabeth. He receives the child, who is screaming desperately, but he does not go to his wife. Mary instead goes, carrying with love the little one, who becomes quiet as soon as she takes him in her arms. The woman who is following her notices this, and she says to Elizabeth, "Woman, your child became quiet immediately when she took him. Look how peacefully he is sleeping. And only heaven knows how restless and strong he is. But look now, he seems a little dove." Mary lays the creature near his mother and caresses her, tidying up her gray hair. "The rose is born," she whispers in a low voice, "and you are alive. Zacharias is happy." Does he speak? Not yet, but hope in the Lord. Rest now. I am staying with you. This has been a reading from the poem of the Man God, Volume 1, written by Maria Valtorta, Chapter 23, Part 2, The Birth of the Baptist. Thank you for listening. I will see you tomorrow. May God bless you, and may peace be with you.